can't believe I even have to say this point.
Yeah.
Hello my beautiful people, it is Cherry Heart here and I am back with another video. If you're new here, I am a stripper from Australia. I do dance at the Vault on Ruthven in Toowoomba. My main content here is come strip with me vlogs. I've been doing that from the start. I started on TikTok and I used to do more tips videos, OnlyFans videos, daily vlog videos, all those sorts of things. You can still find that stuff on my channel. If you've been a long time subscriber, you know that I have taken a little bit of a break. The reason I have taken a break from these sorts of videos is because I want to make them 10 times better for you guys. Say hi, hello, hi. I want to make them 10 times better for you guys. I want to make them more interesting, more information, all that sort of thing. You guys went nuts over my OnlyFans tips for Twitter video that almost has 20k views, so bless your cotton socks. I want to plan each video so I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've actually written up a list here of like everything that I want to talk about so I know exactly what it is and I don't go on random little rampages and it's just straight to the point information. We can talk, we can chat, and I'm really excited to be doing these videos again. I miss these videos and I feel like it was more of a connection with you guys as much as my stripping vlogs are. So I filmed a lot of videos in the last couple of weeks and I ended up by actually just hating them and never editing them because I would look through the footage and it was not a vibe, it was not a thing, it didn't feel like me. I just felt really separated from my content, and now that I'm doing this video again, I feel like I'm back to Cherry Heart again. What better way to entrance back into doing these videos than with a dancer's etiquette video? So I asked on Instagram what your icks were on the floor or in the back room, and you guys replied anonymously through that link now anonymous thing that everyone's been putting up. So we're gonna address those and my own personal, not icks, but just things that need to be addressed and girls need to know before they come in to be a dancer. Some things are common sense that just need to be brought up, and this is in no way me having a go at any girls in my club. The girls in my club are generally so good. There are always going to be slip-ups, but this is just a generalized video of just things that everyone needs to know when going into the stripping industry. So I'll be addressing the points that you guys made and the points that I've observed over the time that I've been dancing. Almost 2 years. We're coming up to my 2-year anniversary very soon in September, so that's really cute and exciting. My hope is that baby dancers will find this video before they audition for a club or before they go in for a trial, or just for people who are genuinely curious what strip etiquette actually is. For those who want to be nosy in our industry, I'm so here for it because I was definitely you. Dancer's etiquette can be really complicated. It really depends on the certain situations, and that's what I'll get into. Now, before I get into the video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video from me. I do post my come to work with me stripping vlogs on a Sunday, every week on a Sunday. Say I'm filming for this week, it's actually the week prior's vlog. So that way it's always on a Sunday. And these vlogs, I think I'm gonna start putting out on either Thursdays or Fridays. I did say that last time, but now that I'm back baby, we're ready for these videos. I'm thinking probably Thursdays? I'm thinking Thursdays, but we'll see. Make sure to follow all of my social links below. That includes my Instagram, my TikTok, my OnlyFans, all my other things. I'm now the social media manager of the Vault on Ruthven on Instagram and the Vault_tradiebar on Instagram. So if you guys want to see the cool content that I've been making, the photos and the reels that I've been editing, make sure you go follow both of those. They are linked below. All right, so let's get on with this video. Now, honestly, everything I'm saying is in generalized terms. I don't want anyone who I've ever met dancing to think that I've been picking on them at all. This is just generalized things that you guys have talked to me about, that I've observed, that you guys anonymously wrote me. So this is actually going to be a two-parter because I have way too many things to address in the change room etiquette and then floor etiquette. So this video is the change room etiquette, and change room etiquette is very intimate and we definitely need to talk about it. Also, like, these things definitely depend on the established relationship you have with a dancer. I know me and my best friend, like, we are a little bit different, but we're still a little bit like, it just depends. It definitely depends on your relationship with someone. Me and other vloggers, like me and Hannah Nicole, will happily discuss how much we earn in money-wise. I will not discuss that with anyone else. I will not throw it in someone's face, but we will get into that. So if you're a baby dancer, you won't really have an established relationship with any dancer unless you've already got a friend there. So these are things that might get on the girls' nerves that you would definitely want to know before you go into a trial shift or before you start working at a club. In saying this, I do know that I post my income online quite frequently. I do post it on TikTok and YouTube, but I do not post it on Instagram or Snapchat or really even Twitter. I don't post it in some webs where people don't know that it's going to pop up, if that makes sense. I only post it in 2 platforms where they can choose to watch it and they will know that that's what I'm doing, is I'm counting money. And that's another thing, like if the girls choose to watch my videos, that's perfect. I love that. And if they decide they don't want to watch my videos because it has money counts, that's fine. I love that. I know they support me anyways, and I'm absolutely here for it. I respect that, and I respect anyone's privacy and wishes to see money counts. If they don't want to see it, they do want to see it. It doesn't bother me. I know they support me. But just because I am a social media stripper, that does not mean that etiquette goes out the window. You know, we can still have etiquette. All right, so with that, let's go on to the first point of our part 1. This one is a really big one, and I hear it a lot. Baby dancers do this a lot. So here's the thing. If a girl asks you how your night is going, that does not mean we want a money count back. If I see baby dancers, I'm like, hey baby, how's your night going? I don't want you to spit how much you've made at me. I don't particularly mind, but it can make me a little bit uncomfortable because I don't really know how to react in that sense, because it catches me off guard. It's more like, how is your night going? Like, are you settling in? Are you okay? Is everything good? Most girls do not want to know what money count you are on. They're just generally asking how your night is going, and if you throw a money count at them straight up, they're probably going to get a little bit thrown off. In this case, I might never ask you how your night is going again. You won't end up with an established relationship because they just don't want a money count thrown at them. And obviously it's really hard to be like, hey, please don't put your money, like, please don't say your money at me when I'm asking how your night is going, because it can come off rude and it's just a very uncomfortable situation. So let's just avoid that. So this can like lead to a little bit of awkwardness between you and dancers. And unfortunately, girls do remember those things, and that does stick with people. And like I mentioned at the beginning, this definitely depends on the relationship you've established with a dancer. If you've got a best friend in there and you guys share each other's money counts all night, you know, me and Hannah, because we do vlog and we do know how much we make because we both watch each other's vlogs, we do sometimes say money counts, but I don't overly do it because I just feel a little bit like, oh, saying it anyway in the back room if anyone's there. If I'm vlogging, I'll go up in the corner to talk about dancers. I know I personally get a little bit uncomfy when someone like spouts a money count at me straight up when I've just asked how their night is. It definitely throws me off. Sometimes the tone that comes with it can either sound whiny, like, oh, I've only made this, or it can sound a little bit rude, like, oh, I've made this. It really, I'm big on body language, I'm big on tone, and if I sense a little bit of like a spit back, I'm like, oh, I will never ask you again. Point 2, and this is a really big one, especially for me. This is mainly why I go out the front to smoke. This is mainly why I don't really eat food out the back. It's because energy in the back room is such a big thing. Please be mindful of people's energy in the dressing room. If girls are eating or sitting quietly in the corner, don't intrude unless they look like they actually want to be a part of the conversation. You are a stripper and you should be able to read people's body languages. That is what you do for a job. And for some reason, that is really not a thing. And I will give you a reason as to why this one really irks me. This is something that someone sent as well, and it's already one I had written down. But this is like a little event that happened to me once. I snapped at a girl. I ordered food on Uber Eats because I was absolutely starving. I was so hungry. And anyways, I'm sitting out the front with Ben and Tyson, and my Uber Eats gets here, and meanwhile she followed me out the front, and like, I'm okay to chat, but like, I'm hungry, and I'm told her, you know what, I'm really hangry, like, I'm sorry, I'm not talking, I'm just need to eat. She was like, yeah. Meanwhile, she did come out yelling like my name, which is just not a vibe. Don't do that. Especially when you're a dancer, I don't understand. That's another etiquette that I'll talk about in part 2. And then as soon as I get my food and I sit down and I'm about to take a bite out the front in my peace corner, she sits right so close up next to me and goes, can I pick your brain about something? And I went, fuck. I'm like eating my food. I'm like, can you please wait until I'm finished eating? And she's like, oh yeah. And I kid you not, she sat shoulder to shoulder with me, staring at me while I ate my food, just to ask me about a roster. That was the epitome of please read energy. Please read the energy. That really irked me, and I was so angry because I just wanted to enjoy my pie in peace. And she's like, wow, you ate that fast? I'm like, because I'm hangry, and you just made it worse. But yeah, sitting in the back room too, like, it's a moment of peace and being able to escape conversation for 10 minutes at most, just something. Sometimes girls just want to be quiet and peaceful and not engage in conversation, and that is so okay. It is not them being rude to you as a dancer, it's just them recharging their energy so they can go up there and actually make money. It's all about the energy, all about reading the body language. This is a really big one. I feel like this is more on the floor, but I wrote it down anyway, so I'm just going to put it here because it doesn't really fit to floor or back room. It's just in generalized terms. Regulars. Let's talk about regulars. I love my regulars. They are part of the furniture. They look after me. They love us. They tip us on stage if no one's tipping. They buy us drinks if no one's there. We absolutely love our regulars. There are some regulars that are assholes, absolutely, and I'm never saying that you should compromise your morals to sit with someone who is an absolute asshole to you. Absolutely not. But we do have a lot of beautiful regulars at my club. I'm very lucky for that. If you're gonna be a homegirl, learn who is a regular. And someone did leave this one as an anonymous tip, and I think it's because girls can be quite hostile towards regulars for some reason because they won't book them, but they do book. They keep the club afloat. Like I said, some regulars may not be nice, but it literally only takes 1 or 2 seconds to just give a quick hug, say hi, and you can move on. At the end of the day, they keep the club afloat when it is dead, and they're buying you drinks, they're tipping you. It's just nice. It's what keeps a nice environment, and I think that's why my club is so good for that, is it keeps more of a homely environment. And they do have your back when things go wrong. There is literally no need to be rude, just be welcoming. Because I tell you what, if our homegirls ever catch someone being rude to a regular, we will have your ass. This one kind of goes in with the asking how your night goes, but never, ever, ever ask a girl how much she's made. I don't even know why I should be saying this because I feel like this is such a common sense point. I can't believe I even have to say this point, like this should just be common sense, and I'm genuinely irritated that this is not common sense for most girls. It makes me really irritated because it's quite confronting and it's a little rude, and surprisingly I don't have a lot of girls doing this to me, even though like new girls doing this to me who watch my YouTube and stuff, who have come and watching my YouTube, they don't ask me how much I've made even though they watch my vlogs where I count how much I make, which I am quite over the moon with. I'm quite ecstatic with that. It is usually customers that do this. Usually female customers ask how much you've made, but we're not talking about customers. If you are a customer, please don't do that. Hello, why are you on my lawn? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello, hi. You're kind of cute. That's nice. But yeah, we're not talking about customers. We are talking about girls at the back, but yeah, just don't do it. I just don't understand. Even though I post how much I make online, I still don't enjoy being asked out the back how much I've made in the night, especially when I'm hustling. And a lot of girls are not comfortable at all sharing their totals or how many dances they've done. And some are fine with it. Like I'll share how many dances I've done with a few girls that will share how many dances they've done with me. Like Frankie and I will discuss dances because that's an established relationship that we've got. But new girls coming up to me, or just girls asking in general how much I've made as a total, oh no, no, don't do it. That is the #1 etiquette of just don't do it. But never assume that anyone is going to be comfortable sharing their total unless you've got that established friendship with someone. Even then, I don't think I've seen girls who've got a best, like me and my best friend, we don't really talk about totals unless we like know that we're somewhat tied, and then we'll like compare shit to the end of the night because we are best friends and we can do that. And like we love seeing each other get dances, and we're never like thingy with it. Like we're like, yeah, you go sis, oh you beat me by $5, or you beat me by $100, or you beat me by $2. Like that sort of thing is like fun for us, and we've established that friendship, but I would not do that with anyone else. So to avoid this awkward situation, I'm using a lot of hand movements. So to avoid this awkward situation, just don't do it. This one is definitely a very irritating point and an icky point for me. I did have someone leave this as the anonymous thing as well, and I did have this one written down. Injecting yourself into conversations out the back. Private conversations. Private. So someone left this point, they said, I don't know how to describe it, but lately new girls have been getting too comfortable too quick, injecting themselves into conversations out the back. This one's a little hard because it's good, and I feel like it's good that they're comfortable in a club, but oh my gosh, it makes me irritable when I'm having a private conversation and all of a sudden a girl decides to interject with her opinion in my private conversation. It's honestly rude in any setting and literally gets on my nerves in any scenario. This is one of my things that's like my pet peeve. Don't ever talk over anyone when they're talking. I will snap back at girls if they overtalk me while I'm talking. That makes me really angry. It's my #1 biggest pet peeve. If you interrupt me, I will do this and I will keep talking because it is rude, first of all, to interject me while I'm talking, to interject me while I'm having a private conversation, just in general. I just don't appreciate it. It's my number one thing. I've always hated people interrupting me, especially because when I'm having a conversation with someone, if I've got a point to say, I will literally hold it in my brain because I have ADHD. So if I don't think about it 20 times, I will forget it. And I've got to wait till someone finishes, and then I will be like, I'll wait till that conversation sort of looks like it's died, and then I'll interject. And if I can't find a place, I won't fucking say it. It just baffles me. It's just my number one thing. Ugh, especially people yelling across the room and interjecting conversations. I'm like, yeah, but especially in a private conversation, I don't know why anyone would think that that's okay. Not just out the back, but just in general. It's one very quick way to get on my nerves. I'm pretty sure the girls get a little bit annoyed by it too, considering that someone left this, but it's not a vibe, guys. It's not a vibe. All right, another point is shit talking girls for getting booked. I've had this happen to me. Someone started shit talking me because I got booked instead of her in a booking, which was quite annoying because I actually tried to get them to take her in with us, and they just only wanted one girl. And unfortunately, I was more their type. And that does happen. It's happened to me. I've been sitting with someone for ages. They asked me to bring over another girl for them. Then we get to talking, we're hustling for both of them to come in with both of us, and then they only want that girl. And that is fine, that is the industry, that's the way it is. Jealousy and toxicity will get you nowhere, especially in this industry. It will make you bitter. Bringing other girls down because they got booked and you didn't is definitely not a good look, especially shitting on their success. When you're constantly doing that, you are just radiating bad energy. You'll turn bitter towards girls, you'll turn bitter towards the industry, and you'll turn bitter towards yourself. Honestly, customers can feel those vibes, and that's probably the reason that they're not going to book you, is because you're constantly radiating that bad energy, the jealousy, the toxicity, the anger that you're not getting booked, and it's just not going to make you get booked anymore. So you're just creating a rippling domino effect, and it's just not a vibe. Girls can feel those vibes too, and you will not be talked to. It'll become a very lonely career, and a career that will not be for you anymore. Be respectful when entering a new club. I also don't know why I have to say this. I really don't know why I have to say this. This one should just be in general, just because we work in the sex industry. You wouldn't do this when you walked into another job, like a casual job during the day. I just don't understand why all of a sudden you're a stripper, you need to treat people with disrespect when walking into a club that you've never been to before. I'm confused. Make it make sense. And someone did leave this point exactly. Some girls walk in with a chip on their shoulder and obnoxious when entering a new club. Honestly, yeah, like I've met girls that have danced in 25 places for 10 years, 5 years, and they have been the most beautiful people, and then they could either be the most assholey people that you've ever met. They think that they are world's greatest gift, especially to the club. They think that they are everything, they're the goddess. And yes, babe, you are a goddess. We're all goddesses. Channel the energy. Do not channel that energy into bashing our dancers, our staff, our security, our management, because our girls are quite loyal, and if we hear you, we will tell someone. We will dob on you because we don't like the negative energy.